This is Sylvia Saber with OpTv Global Headlines. Starting with the top international stories for the day. The UN urged Israel to fully open its Karim Abu Salim and Beth Hanun crossings to Palestinians so they could receive medical treatment and humanitarian supplies. The spokesperson for UN Secretary General said during a press briefing that they should be kept open for humanitarian aid and Palestinians in need of treatment. The US has promised to repair ties with the Palestinians by reopening a consulate in Jerusalem and help rebuild the conflict-torn Gaza Strip. US Secretary of State Antony Blinken's comments came after meeting Palestinian leaders in the occupied West Bank. He also met Israel's Prime Minister in Jerusalem, pledging America's ironclad commitment to Israeli security. Pakistan has ruled out the possibility of allowing the US to operate a military base or conduct drone operations inside neighboring Afghanistan from its soil. Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi told the Senate that there are no such arrangements with Washington, Islamabad's long-term ally in the war against terrorism. Cities in the US marked a year anniversary of the murder of George by moments of remembrance and calls for police reform in United States. Members of Floyd's family met with President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris in Washington, who urged Congress to quickly pass a law in Floyd's name that would bring changes to policing. Australia will shutter its embassy in Afghanistan this week. Prime Minister Scott Morrison has announced, underscoring deep fears about the increasingly uncertain security environment in Kabul as foreign troops withdraw. Morrison said that the facility would close as an interim measure on May 28th. At least 2 Iraqis have been killed and 28 were injured in clashes as thousands protested in Baghdad to demand justice over a wave of deadly attacks on pro-democracy activists and journalists, while 5 policemen were hurt by projectiles thrown at them during the operation. Up next, we have the national updates. The Chief of Army Staff General Qamar Javed Bajwa chaired the 241st Corps Commanders Conference held at the General Headquarters. According to the ISPR, the participants took a comprehensive review of the global, regional, and domestic security environment with a particular focus on the situation along the borders. National Accountability Bureau and the Anti-Corruption Establishment Punjab are performing much better under PTI's government as comparison to PMLN's tenure. Premier Imran Khan said the ACE Punjab has recovered Rs 220 billion in the last 31 months of the PTI government, in contrast to dismal record of PMLN government's 10 years. PMLN seniors leader Shahid Khaqan Abbasi said there is no room for former Interior Minister Chaudhry Nisar Ali Khan in the party. Shahid Khaqan Abbasi added that Chaudhry Nisar Ali Khan himself quit the party and had contested elections on a different symbol. PPP has urged JUIF's chief Maulana Fazlur Rahman to take back his words against the party and has said that PMLN used the Pakistan Democratic Movement to fulfill its wishes. A day earlier, Maulana Fazlur Rahman has said that PPP and the ANP could rejoin the PDM if they apologized to the anti-government movement for going against its decision. Great level of victory for Pakistan came forward as International Court withdraws order to freeze PIA assets in the Reko Diq case. The British Virgin Islands High Court has ordered unfreezing offshore assets of the Pakistan International Airlines in the Reko Diq case. The Office of the Attorney General of Pakistan has confirmed. These assets include PIA's interests in Roosevelt Hotel in New York and Scribe Hotel in Paris. Despite the warning of Interpol, a ship reportedly laden with extremely hazardous chemicals arrived at the Gadani shipbreaking yard for scrapping. The Environmental Protection Agency Balochistan has stopped work at the ship. According to sources within EPA, the authority had not issued NOC to the ship. Pakistan has been recommended to seriously consider increasing the taxes on sugar beverages in its upcoming budget to prevent diabetes among people. The recommendation comes from the International Diabetes Federation. Currently, about 19.4 million people in Pakistan have diabetes. Now let's take a look at the health updates. Pakistan has reported 92 deaths in the last 24 hours by novel coronavirus as the number of positive cases has surged to 908,576. According to the latest figures issued by the National Command and Operations Center, 2,724 persons tested positive for COVID-19 in the past 24 hours, and the COVID positivity ratio was recorded at 4.61%. The first ever COVID-19 vaccine developed in Pakistan, PakVac, has passed the testing and is ready for use now. The single-dose shot was made at the National Institute of Health with the help of China's CanSino Biologics. Up next, we have the sports updates. Bangladesh defeated Sri Lanka in the second ODI to rise at number 1 rank on ICC Men's Cricket World Cup Super League standings. With 50 points, Bangladesh is now toppers of the table. England is standing in the second position with 40 points, whereas Pakistan is standing at the third spot with equal points with slightly less run rate than England. Pakistani boxing team, which includes 7 men and 2 women, won't be able to participate in the Asian Boxing Championship 2021 as the national boxers were unable to take off for Dubai due to travel ban on passengers from Pakistan because of COVID-19 pandemic. Up next, we have the entertainment updates. US singer Selena Gomez is to make history with Khalid and Marshmello, will make fans dance to their music at the opening ceremony of UEFA Champions League final on Saturday. Stars are all excited to mesmerize fans with their music at the big soccer event in Portugal. Pakistani singer Bilal Maksood has paid a tribute to the innocent people of Palestine with the rendition of Aakhri Alvida. The artist took to social networking platform and posted the video with caption, "A tribute to all Palestinians living in the fear of each day spent with their loved ones being the last. Keeping you in our prayers." Pakistani actors Imran Abbas and Ushna Shah are caught blindsided by videos making the rounds on social media claiming to be of their wedding. In response, both of them shared the thumbnail of the YouTube video expressing surprise and amusement about how they had gotten married without even knowing it. A model of the famous racing car Lamborghini made of cardboard sold for Rs 1.5 million. The maker of the model is New Zealander YouTuber who sold the model for Rs 1.5 million. Now let's take a look at the technology updates. A camera system that uses artificial intelligence and facial recognition intended to reveal states of emotion has been tested on Uyghurs in Xinjiang. A software engineer claimed to have installed such system in police stations in the province, the home to Muslim majority, are under daily surveillance. The area is also home to highly controversial re-education centers called high security detention camps by human rights groups.